Hello, welcome back to We the People Politics. Today, we will be filling out a map for the 2024 presidential election between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, based only on current polls conducted throughout June and early July of this year. As always, states that do not have any polling data from June or July will be represented on this map by the most recent poll to come from that state. We will be using polls that include and exclude third-party candidates. However, if any poll has data for both, we will only use the data that includes third parties. As you can see on this map, Delaware, the District of Columbia, and Nebraska's 1st and 3rd congressional districts do not have any polling data for this election cycle. Therefore, they will not be filled in so that zero bias will be present in this prediction. With all of that said, let's get predicting. We will first take a look at the national polls, where it was very close throughout early June, with Biden taking a slight lead near the end. However, Trump seems to have experienced a surge post-debate, as he is now leading by about a 2-point margin, his largest lead since March. With that out of the way, let's get back to the map and start with the safe states, which are determined by a margin of 12 percentage points or higher. For President Biden, these states will be Washington, California, Massachusetts, Maryland, and Vermont. For President Trump, his states will be Alaska, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, Nebraska at large, Kansas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Maine's 2nd congressional district. This gives Trump a lead of 130 safe electoral votes to Biden's 90. As for the remaining states, we will go from west to east, starting with the state of Hawaii, where Biden leads by 8 points according to a poll from back in April, which means that despite being one of Biden's strongest states in 2020, Hawaii will only be likely Biden. A likely state is determined by a margin of 5 to 12 percentage points. Moving to the state of Oregon, Biden leads Trump by 11 points according to an April poll, meaning that Oregon will also be likely Biden. In the swing state of Nevada, Trump currently leads by a margin of 6 percentage points, up from last month's margin of 5.5 percentage points, making Nevada likely Trump. Moving over to the next swing state of Arizona, Trump has substantially increased his lead here by 2 points, as he now leads by an average of 7.5 points, meaning that Arizona will also be likely Trump. Biden has lost significant ground in Colorado, as a poll from Global Strategy Group has him up by only 6 points, down from his 10-point lead in a poll from March. Regardless, it will continue to be likely Biden. Two new polls also show a closer race in the state of New Mexico, with Biden now leading by a 4-point average, down from his 8-point lead from all the way back in August, meaning that the New Mexico will be lean Biden. A lean state is determined by a margin of 2 to 5 percentage points. Moving on to Texas, Trump leads the polling here by slightly under 9 points, about the same as last month, meaning that Texas will continue to be likely Trump. Moving up to Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, Biden leads in the most recent poll from Iron Light by 5 points, meaning that it will continue to be likely Biden. Up in the non-crucial battleground state of Minnesota, Biden leads by just over 1 point, down from his previous 2-point lead last month, meaning that Minnesota will be tilt Biden. A tilt state is determined by a margin of 2 percentage points or under. Trump leads in the battleground state of Wisconsin by just over 2 points, flipping the state from its previous margin of Biden plus 1, making Wisconsin lean Trump. We still do not have any new polls out of Illinois, so we will use an October poll from last year that has him leading by 10 points, meaning Illinois will continue to be likely Biden. Trump currently leads in the all-important battleground state of Michigan by about 1.4%, almost a point higher than in the previous video, meaning that Michigan will continue to be tilt Trump. Down in Ohio, Trump leads the average of the two most recent polls by 8.5%, up from 7.5% in the previous video, making Ohio likely Trump. In Trump's home state of Florida, he leads by just over 7 points, down from its previous lead of 9 points, meaning that Florida will continue to be likely Trump. In the battleground state of Georgia, Trump continues to dominate here by just under 6 points, slightly up from his 5.5-point lead in the previous video, meaning that Georgia will continue to be likely Trump. Trump leads in the non-crucial battleground state of North Carolina by 6 points, which is the exact same margin as in the previous video. Therefore, North Carolina will continue to be likely Trump. Up in Virginia, Biden leads in the two most recent polls by a 2-point average, which is equivalent to his lead last month, meaning that Virginia will continue to be barely lean Biden. In the all-important state of Pennsylvania, Trump leads the polling average by just over a 3-point margin, 2 points up from his previous lead last month, making it lean Trump. A new shock poll out of New Jersey from Coefficient has Trump leading by a 1-point margin, 6 points better than Biden's 5-point lead from March, making the Garden State surprisingly tilt Trump. Up in the state of New York, Biden leads a June poll by 8 points, down from just under 12 points in the previous video, meaning that New York will continue to be likely Biden. In Connecticut, Biden leads the most recent poll from back in October by 9 points, meaning that Biden will once again win the state by a likely margin. There is a new poll out of Rhode Island that has Biden leading by only 7 points, way down from his 19-point lead in May, making the Ocean State likely Biden. Trump now leads in the state of New Hampshire by 2 points, according to a poll from St. Anselm College, which is a 5-point improvement for Trump. So we will say that New Hampshire is lean Trump. In Maine's 1st congressional district, Biden leads by 8 percentage points in a poll from February, so we will say that it continues to be likely Biden. Finally, in Maine at large, Biden leads the most recent head-to-head poll by 2 points, while Trump leads the third-party data by 1. In the previous video, I used the third-party data to be consistent with the rest of the map. However, since Maine uses ranked choice voting, we will say that Biden takes it by a lean margin. And with that, we conclude this prediction map. Trump wins with 328 electoral votes to Biden's 202. On this map, we can see that the country has overall shifted in Trump's favor, with Biden improving in mostly unimportant states. I would say this is mostly due to Biden's poor debate performance and the media's subsequent reaction. But what do you think? Feel free to comment your thoughts and opinions down below, and make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to watch my previous polling update that I referenced multiple times throughout this video, the link will be in the description down below. With all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.